Welcome back to Secret of the Unicorn. And Shira is joining us for this part, why not?
Hello.
Yeah, Shiroi is our occasional Tintin commentator.
Occasional. Anyway, basically, Shiroi, here's how the world map works. Snowy is sniffing out where the bad guys went, and that's how we get to our next destination.
And he can walk on water, apparently.
To be fair,
Yes.
to be fair, Snowy covering huge distances in search of Tintin. This is something that actually happens in the books themselves. So, I mean, obviously Tintin didn't. Obviously Snowy never went on water. But
He's
whatever.
probably accidentally snorted cocaine at some point.
The way this works is that you're supposed to follow the little things. The problem is that this particular side of it's a bit confusing because, okay, is it through here? And then because there's invisible walls preventing me from doing certain, from going over a certain part. So it's kind of hard to figure out the exact path that the game wants me to take. There you go.
There we go.
Jesus. All right. There's Tintin.
So, matey, how'd you like your new quarters?
Who are you? Where are you taking me?
On a nice cruise. Travel broadens the mind, don't you agree?
Do you work for the Bird Brothers?
The Bird Brothers are no longer a problem. They were even
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, this is the whole thing. Basically, Shiro, what happened is he was captured because once again he stuck his nose where he shouldn't have.
Where is it?
Sorry, gentlemen.
That's
He's a
her
reporter.
tradition.
He's a quote-unquote journalist, so...
That never actually does any actual reporting, which is why
So I said
Destination,
quote-unquote.
which is why Destination Adventure is by far the most unfaithful. Because Tintin actually uses a camera in that one. Bullshit. Tintin using a camera. That would almost make him an adequate reporter.
Also,
How
who
dare you.
voices Tintin here?
You're not gonna believe Shiroi. It's Shulk's voice actor from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yes, it's Shulk's voice actor. He's really feeling
Like-
it.
Were you? Start talking now. Before
They couldn't get the. That's another thing, by the way. It's a tie-in video game. Get the actors from the movie. I mean,
Well, the problem with that, Pedro, is that half the time when you do that, they just half-arse their acting.
true. I get it.
No.
How the
You
hell
played
did
the,
Snowy get here?
Have you played the James Bond games where they actually got Daniel Craig back?
No.
He sounded like he was half asleep during the games.
Well, it's Daniel Craig, Blips.
Come on, come on.
But he can be good. It's just what I just don't know what happened in the games.
It says a lot about Daniel Craig that the movie I've seen him emote the most is the first Tomb Raider movie.
His early Bond films.
All we need is Alan's.
Well, they
Snowy's
were-
proportions look very off.
Yeah. The problem is, Shiroi, if you take a look at the concept art that comes with the game, the drawings look really good. They look exactly like the source material. The problem is that Ubisoft was tied to the movie, so obviously they had to reuse the same art style from the shitty movie. So they were stuck with this.
Oh.
Basically, you can thank
Paramount.
You can, well, not Paramount, more like Spielberg, who for some reason thought that this was a good idea. Remember, Dwebs, he's the one in charge of the whole Tintin project.
Oh, Dweebs, maybe you know about this one. Apparently, the person who voices Alan in this game is Timothy Watson, which apparently worked for BBC radio soap opera.
Oh, he's
The voice of
Oh,
Bronev.
yeah. the voice of Bronev and the guy who tried to voice Daniel Craig in 007 Legends.
Yeah.
He were being tried. Actually,
He was also in. He was also.
That
in,
would imply he was. That would imply he was trying.
He also returned for Lady Layton, so that also proves that Richard is still willing to bring back older actors. So I'm sure if we ever see Herschel Layton speaking in the new games, I'm sure they'll probably bring Christopher Miller back.
Oh, he also replaced Gideon Emery as the Orange in Final Fantasy XIV. Weird.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
that was probably when the voice acting shifted over to London.
Yeah. Oh, wall jumping.
Yes.
Like I said before, don't get me wrong. I love it. I actually like when video game voice acting's done over here, since it's rare we get any over here.
Yeah, we already discussed about this. But the key point being they should have done it from the get-go. We know.
Well, there's all the more reason why
The
you should.
problem with consistency, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's all the more reason you should be you should appreciate Richard, because ever since he got hired as Level 5's translation director, he did all of the voice acting for Level 5 games in London.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't. I like the American actors we usually get, but hearing British ones is personally.
Sure. Well, Level 5 has always been more about the British stuff than mostly because of
Wait,
Richard.
is Bianca Castafiore also held prisoner here?
No. We're gonna meet
Bianca in the game.
We're gonna meet her. We're gonna meet Bianca later too. Don't worry.
Because I can hear her singing.
It's big. My guess too. It's like fan service, but no, she's not in the.
Or like they're listening to a
I
record.
forgot. Was she in the movie?
Yes, she was.
Like we needed the obligatory Captain Haddok being disgusted.
Well,
by
the truth of the matter too is that she's kind of a fan favorite of sorts. But go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
You were asking, Shiroi?
What are those things you keep picking up?
Crab. The
golden
crabs.
crab.
The golden crabs. Basically, they're little power-ups that unlock extras in the bonus section at the end of each level.
They're a reference to another story of Tintin.
Yeah, loud enough so someone can hear you.
To be fair, this is a ship. It's like a communication to the sailors. Also, I commend the idea of having ice physics using cleaned up doors. That's a nice touch.
Whoop. There we go. Not just that, but you can also actually use that wet floor
To your advantage, yeah,
to
I can
advantage.
see.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I must stop these pistons.
All right, let's stop the pistons by
Tintin,
throwing this
I'm
thing.
not sure it's a good idea.
It's Tintin too. Remember, this kind of thing always works.
Sure, let's go.
Physics be damned.
See, there you go. Silly too, expecting proper physics in it.
Oh, no, I'm just hoping the ship doesn't explode because of this.
Yeah, I hope you haven't stopped the cooling systems. Otherwise, that fuel's going to overheat and the ship will blow up.
Remember too, if there's one thing we cannot fault this game for, is being unrealistic and naive, because
Yeah.
that's Airgay in a nutshell.
Yeah,
This place is enormous.
it's a ship, Tintin. And a cargo ship, for that matter. What an idiot.
I'll get you! Boof.
Yeah,
Well, Tintin moves are always like that.
true.
Let's go.
Well, outside of that guy who directly shoots Tintin, but just because he asked for help.
Yeah.
Might as well have a nickname for them. We just call them the Doom.
Okay, so this guy put himself in a diving
Full
suit,
busted, yeah.
a diving suit to protect himself from my punches. So just throw this at him. Oh.
So what was the point? Oh.
I think you need to kill it with stealth.
Let's see. Nope, not working.
Uh,
Okay, looks like violence is not the answer. Fortunately, there's a health
go.
pickup here.
For once in the Tintin story, violence is not the answer.
Give him a slip on that.
There you go. Exactly.
Maybe.
Very good, Lips. There you go.
Oh, in order to knock off the shell and everything. Oh, there you go.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
It's cartoony. Shiro.
All
There
right,
you go.
let's go.
Again, where was this in the movie?
Right, well, I don't know.
Well, remember, Dwebs, this was developed by French people, so they're actually more familiar with Tintin than Spielberg and Jackson. Even though they try to pose themselves as Tintin fans, which they're clearly not.
I wonder if there are any actual Belgian professional video game developers.
Probably.
Don't know.
I mean, they could actually be fans, even if it doesn't seem like it, because, I mean, fans don't always know what they're talking about.
True. But that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing,
I mean,
but that's the thing,
Star-
Shiroi. It's not just a matter of.
Sorry, go on.
But that's the thing, Shiroi. It's not that they get only some things wrong here and there. Like, they completely misunderstand practically everything that makes Tintin Tintin. It's really not hard to not be pissed off when they try to pose themselves as fans. I mean, it's so terrible. Go ahead.
I wonder if that explains Star Trek Nemesis, Pedro.
I guess.
Remember, John Logan apparently said he was a massive Trek fan, and look how well that film turned out.
True.
It's
Well, I guess.
of course, the banana peel.
Yeah, yes, Pedro?
Classic. Actually, weren't you the one talking?
No,
I have a
wasn't.
question in that case, Dweebs. You may be a bit more of a fan than me in that regard. I forgot. Did Mythbusters actually try the banana peel slippery trick?
No, I don't watch Mythbusters.
Oh, okay.
All I know about the Mythbusters is that they apparently were involved in the production of the Matrix films.
Weird.
All right.
I've seen a fair few of the episodes, but I don't remember seeing anything about that.
It's probably like on a behind-the-scenes documentary or something.
There we go.
Anyway, I guess there is a difference between a fan that doesn't know what they're talking about and a fan that doesn't know what they're talking about, but also has the professional job to influence said series that they don't know what they're talking about. And that's the death animation.
It reminds me a bit of the first Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the first Crash Bandicoot's death screen flowed better than that.
Well,
Actually,
obviously it is about.
Considering how it's constructed, it reminds me of the random death scenes you get in, the hub world in Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yes, I remember that.
I think they gave him a special name for that. I've forgotten what it was, but
And go. There you go.
I don't know if it was called Diagrams or something.
That's probably right.
Well, that's Radical Entertainment's Crash games for you. I mean, seriously, I've watched the cutscenes of a Crash of the Titans. For the most part, it was pretty poor.
All right.
Days.
Let's beat more bad guys.
Stutalor, bad guys.
Hey, it's all on Z, Dweebs. Come on.
I got that from the Three Musketeers Disney movie.
But wait a minute. No, in the Three Musketeers Disney movie, they actually pronounce it properly. You don't. So.
I have an excuse. I'm not French.
Well, neither are they, Dwibs. And yet, Bill Farmer, Wayne Allwine, and Tony Anselmo didn't have any problem.
Oh, I forgot. I thought you were referring to the live-action one.
Yeah, I'm referring to the Disney one, and I'm not a professional.
The one with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. The one
Yeah,
that also has a world in Kingdom Hearts
the one
3D.
with Tim Curry as Richelieu. And let's see if stealth works. Oh, you're not gonna try.
No, I'm gonna throw a banana at him first.
Taste banana, bitch.
Anyone know any jokes? Yeah, you.
Your mom.
Stay where you are.
No, Pedro, it needs to be super over-the-top British or for some reason.
Goodbye.
Honestly, but it's really like off hearing Tintin with these voices. Actually,
Trust me, Shiro, in Destination Adventure it was even worse because in that game Tintin is voiced by someone who's clearly like in his 50s or something.
What happened is, Shiroi, we're taking the dot track approach. Even though these are meant to be French-speaking characters, we couldn't actually have French people do an English accent. Instead, since British is the European English, let's just have the British people.
Or even a Belgian accent.
But I don't think there is actually one specific Belgian accent.
I'm guessing it's more convenient.
We should be probably asking someone French. I forgot, Dweebs. Do we have any French people on the SSMB?
I'm pretty sure we
I'm
do.
not sure. I think we might have a Belgian, but not sure about French.
We might as well ask in another occasion. Anyway.
It's most likely because it's probably more convenient for them to get British actors rather than try to get French people that can speak English.
Yeah. Also, I can see the frame rate tanks as soon as you step on the conveyor belt.
Which is weird because considering
Fine
this is
to
a
me.
it seemed fine to me.
Well,
Honestly.
so it's occasional. It sometimes just drops.
Which is interesting because this is a Wii game upscaled to the PS3, so it should be able to run flawlessly.
Well, remember the PS3 also had a shitty engine to work with, so maybe a conversion was difficult.
Also,
gotta
it's
say the
really
water-
weird seeing.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
It's really weird seeing the world of Tintin this grey.
Yeah, again, Shiro, that's just the problem. If you again the concept art made by Ubisoft that you can see in the bonus section looks great. It looks exactly like the source material. It's just that again, this is a tie-in game to the movie. They're forced to replicate the look of the movie, which looks like crap.
So their hands were tied, pretty much.
Yeah,
Also, is there any way to extend your health bar?
no.
You're stuck with 3 dots.
The game is easy enough anyway.
Yeah, I can see that. It's weird because usually with a HUD like that, you think there will be some kind of way to expand it.
Even if you die, this game has
Jump in
Uncharted.
the furnace.
Even if you die, this
Why?
game. Even if you die, this game has an Uncharted style checkpoint system anyway, so it's not like it's much of a problem if you die.
Oh no shit. We
Oh, the engine stinks like engine oil.
There we go.
Tintin, why are you punching nothing?
I was just trying to make sure.
Gotta keep his exercise like.
Don't move! Crap, I can't get over there.
Just wait for me there.
There you go.
I'll go to you. Thanks, dude.
Here we go.
Dipshit.
Splinter Cell got nothing on this.
And he died.
Also, the alarm is literally like a clock alarm.
Remember, Dwez, we're operating on cartoony logic, so fortunately nobody will die.
Also, that walking animation.
I'll say it's weird seeing a lot of these blatantly cartoon antics with this kind of environment.
Yeah.
It's just as jarring in the movie.
Yeah, they're trying. Well, the thing is, not really. That's one of the big problems I have with the movie. The movie is not cartoony enough.
Well, that's exactly also the problem, Pedro. Sometimes, rare times, it tries to do cartoony logic, but it just doesn't fit with the whole mocap.
I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't mind if there were like a spin-off Uncharted game like this.
Which goes back to what I was saying, like if Spielberg and Jackson were real Tintin fans, they would have just gotten some kind of hand-drawn animation studio to make a proper 2D animation that looks like the fucking comics.
Or if you have to go 3D, at least do better than...
Or at least maybe take a Peanuts movie approach, where even though it's CG, it's clearly mimicking the 2D style of the comics and the earlier specials. There you go.
So wait a minute, Uncharted 4 was ripping this off?
No,
Zero
dude,
out of 10.
Uncharted was already around, but when this game came out. In fact, this game came out in the same year as Uncharted 3, so. And I got a trophy.
Just for pulling the rope.
I guess.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is so scripted. Like, you might as well have made it a cutscene game.
Yeah. And here we go to Captain Haddok, I guess. Let me check who voices it.
Ah, God,
Yeah,
his eyes.
Remember, Dwez, we have to make him look like the model from the movie.
Lewis McLeod.
I think he was in. I think he's in Leighton too.
No one. Don't mind me.
A lot of
He
late.
voiced Sebulba in episode 1 of Star Wars.
Oh. Well, that's a start.
A lot of latent actors in here.
So,
They had to get a pay.
Yeah.
They had to get a paycheck in between their next latent role.
sick of being rolled up in here. What's wrong?
I just wish some of them actually tried half the time.
In the hole.
Let me check what he voiced in Leighton.
My butt back.
Honestly, the writing is so bad. I fail to see how they would even be able to make something of this.
Captain. Sure you are. But you know full well.
Yeah, pay attention here too, because they're about to introduce something that wasn't even in the movie, so I have no idea what the hell they're doing with this.
Okay.
The
Alright.
curse. Yeah.
What?
Apparently, they're trying to introduce this plot device that, because of what Francis Haddok did in the past, aka Haddok's ancestor, the Haddok family is cursed, and whoever tries to like, this was not in the books, it was not in the cartoon, it wasn't even in the movie that this is a tie-in to. So where the hell did Ubisoft pull this shit from?
I guess they needed more material to make it a longer game.
It doesn't even work because in that occasion, well, technically there was, for the context of a movie, Sugar's ancestor surviving, but Haddok was pretty much the only survivor of that incident. So how did the supposed curse spread?
I honestly don't know.
But you said the opposite, Chief.
Generic Mocha.
Go walk that plank.
Who was that?
No, these are modern pirates. They need to be more boring.
Oh, freeze! I'm taking over the ship.
Is it true that you're the captain of this ship?
You didn't get that from the fact that...
This is my fucking name!
Okay, and I guess we're just abandoning Captain Haddok. Bye, Captain. Alright, so this fat guy here is holding a shotgun, so we have to try our best to not get shot. Basically, you're supposed to use those trapdoors right there on the floor.
Wow, mooks were actually competent enough to try this.
Hands up.
We.
Fuck.
Good thing that these projectiles just knock him out. But then again, he survived a shot through the heart when you...
Theo...
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't even be asking this.
Basically, Shiroi, there's literally like, I think it's like 3 books. There's 3 instances in the books, Shiroi, where Tintin literally gets shot, but in all 3 of those occasions,
he just brushes it off pretty much.
It's okay. The weapon, it's okay. The bullet just briefly brushed through him and stuff. It's always like this. Because Erige has a very interesting way of how bullets, very interesting thoughts about how bullets work.
Okay.
Getting shot is no big deal, kids. Don't worry.
That's the next
It's just like
subject
getting an
for Sonic
injection.
Says.
Just hurts a wee bit.
Yes.
Alan, the prisoner, he's gone. Find that parasite. He can't have gotten very far.
I love how he doesn't even seem to care about the fact that the prisoner escaped. But whatever.
Yeah. To be fair,
he can't have gone far. Let me go.
in the middle of the ocean, he maybe thinks that he can't go that far.
True.
Let me go to sleep. All of us look half tired as it is.
That's charming.
Alright. And I got a trophy, metalhead. And...
Yeah, it's clearly a trophy like throw this to an enemy and then defeat it.
Alright.
There you go.
Another one.
Only one with
Here's
a
what you can do. Throw a metal pan or like this, and the guy will start punching forward, so he will take out the other enemies for me.
Huh.
There you go. Now I get to take him out.
Convenient.
There we go.
All of them in a pile.
Alright.
Behold, Pogo Tintin.
Yes.
Hop on your
I've never
pogo
heard of
stick.
that
Your
one.
pogo stick.
Pedro, I've never heard of that one. The Adventures of Tintin and the freaking Pogo Stick.
Well...
Or the ingested Pogo Stick, as it says. It's like his jumps sometimes look like he ate a Pogo Stick and he's bouncing around because of it.
I'm actually surprised that the Mullins Art Company never tried getting newer writers to make new Tintin comics, considering the Asterix comics are being made by new
Oh,
writers.
I guess I think Hergé is dead at this point.
Oh, I know he is. It's just that,
no,
you know...
that's the thing. Considering the devs, they wanted just to have this creation to be over. Especially because you have to remember also one thing, Pedro. Tintin comics were of a thing of back in the day. So, and one thing that was constant with Hergé's writing of the comics was to make them contemporary of the time they were written. The original comic, for example, of I think the Shooting Star.
No, the first one
else.
was the Congo one.
No. But I'll tell you a specific case. The original comic book of one of them actually had some what's the name? Some sort of implied Nazi propaganda, because the newspaper where he was writing the comic for back in the day was occupied by Nazi Germany, so it was forced to do some sort of publicity. Obviously, this wasn't translated in a cartoon, but that's a thing that kind of still remains. Anti-Semitism, that's what it is. So I think that making Tintin stories set, well, with these typeset in mind, set them in relatively modern day, I don't know if it would just work the same way it did.
Imagine this bit being annoying. Oh, never mind.
Like, the reason why Asterix worked and it still can work today is because the entire premise can be adapted due to the nature of the stories.
Asterix goes to the future.
No, we already had the Fallen Sky. It's enough.
We already had Asterix meets aliens, and everybody hated that comic. So let's just
the format Superman, but whatever. But the point being that a Tintin modern comic, I'm not sure how it would even work. So I guess we're just content to.
That comic was so bad that Tuderzu got driven away from making comics, and the comics were. Oh, there you go, boss battle.
Oh, goody! I hope they're better than in Destination Adventure.
They are.
Wasn't expecting boss fights.
Also, Tintin, you're talking to him instead of ambushing him.
The PS1 game also had boss battles. It's just that they were pretty bad.
Bad.
Well, if you give me your scroll, you can get off my ship at the next port.
You're lying.
Tintin's face looks so derpy.
Ah, so you've met Haddok. Well, he isn't the captain.
A shipwreck, huh?
What
Huh?
a story, Alan.
Captain's name is
Oh my! Oh, there we go. Alright, so here's how the boss battles against Alan work. First off, he's gonna be throwing bombs at me. You're supposed to try your best to get near the fireworks, so that his bombs fall on top of the fireworks, and that will somehow send the fireworks towards him. I don't know how that works, but whatever.
Interesting perspective, though.
So there you go. Basically, after you do all the fireworks, he will actually take my turn and actually, there you go. Now I get to actually beat the crap out of him.
Oh, he has a dynamite stick.
Unfortunately, he will block my attacks if I just try to attack him directly. So time to use the good old banana peels.
Yay!
He's turned into Bomberman.
There you go.
Well,
This actually seems fun, honestly.
at least it's creative in with the level design, unlike in Destination Adventure.
Ow, ow.
Come on.
Arr.
Come on, Alan. Oh, fuck. Shit.
Congratulations, you done yourself like in Home Alone 2.
There we go.
I'm guessing any music used in the game was used in the movie,
I'm pretty
or-
sure he would die from the way he fell there.
Actually, no, Shiro, you'd be surprised. They composed only original tracks, and it was from the guy who composed for the vast majority of the Rayman and Rayman games and Beyond Good and Evil. It's essentially Michel Ansel's go-to composer, and it kind of shows. I can hear some recognizable tunes.
All right, let's check the scroll that he has in his wallet. There you go.
Here's the second scroll.
Is it read in the game?
Basically, Shiroi, there's 3 scrolls and we have to get all of them so we can get the coordinates to where the treasure is.
3 brothers joined, 3 unicorns in company, sailing in the noonday sun will speak.
Captain Haddok.
Alright, it's time to go back. Now we actually go back to Captain Haddok. So, I have a question. Now that Alan has been knocked out, who exactly is steering the ship right now?
Good question. Look at the pretty bunny.
I am. I'm steering the ship now.
Well,
I'm
we're all doomed then.
Okay.
Prepare for hostile takeover.
Alright.
Alright,
See ya
see you
for the next part.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.